Are you dreaming of rural living just a minute from town? Well, let's check out Amaranth Estates and what's to come.
So today we're going to show you 3 different streets. Right now we're on Devonley. Next stop is going to be Country Meadows. And the third is a street to be named because they don't even have shovels in the ground. So right now, Devonley, Michelle, what's going on with this particular street?
Yeah, so when we're looking at all 3 subdivisions, this was the original that was built. There's about 20 homes on this street. The homes typically are bungalows, and there are still some 2 stories in the mix as well, and sitting on between 1 or 2 acre lots.
1 to 2 acres. Now, again, they have gas on this particular street, right?
They do. So gas, and you're also on well and septic, being a rural property.
Well, septic. Okay, fantastic. So even from a heating standpoint, again, we got lots of layers on today, but that's not going to cost a whole bunch with respect to operating costs in the winter.
Correct.
Okay, so a lot different than propane. Now, so when were these houses built?
So these were built around 2004.
So 2004. Okay, fantastic. And just as far as price point, where are these gonna fall?
Yeah, so we sold the last property on this street in 2024 for 1.28. And the average price point is around that $1.3 million mark.
Okay, so just for some context, again, we, as of right now in 2025, market's in a little bit of a decline. So some of the last sales previously, 1.4 as high as 1.6 at the peak.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect. Now, location-wise, Michelle, where are we?
Yeah, so we are in Amaranth. More specifically, we're on 30th Side Road in between Mono Amaranth Town Line and Second Line. So if you're not familiar with that, this particular subdivision, you're about 2 minutes from Shelburne. So yes, you are rural in all of these streets. However, you are just 2 minutes away from Foodland, Starbucks, McDonald's, all that good stuff.
Fantastic. Okay, now we are 1 street over. We are now at Country Meadows. So this particular subdivision, we have, 22 homes here?
Yes.
So 22 homes. The last one was built in 2019.
Yeah.
Okay, now with this particular subdivision, so Alliance Homes, they came in. They're a builder that's based out of Schaumburg.
Yes.
They built the majority of the homes, but at the time that they were selling them, you had the option of buying the actual lot itself and bringing in your own builder.
Yeah, so it's a mix of Alliance. I would say about half are Alliance, and then the other half is the owner brought in their own independent builder.
Correct. So we've seen a few that are built by Dave Metz, which is a local builder, so a really good product there. Now, from a price point standpoint, this street here, it's a little bit more than Devonley.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so the newer homes, so the price points here. Now, again, there's not a whole lot of turn on this particular street. Unfortunately, for the last guy, sold for 1.8, so he did quite well. But I would say the price range is going to be slightly lower.
Around that 1.4, 1.45.
1.4, okay, so just under 1.5 is probably where the value is going to be. Now, as far as who's living here, what kind of families are on this particular street?
Yeah, so this street, as well as Devonley, it's a lot of families on this street, I would still say. A lot of people moving up from Brampton, Mississauga, and kind of moving up here and settling down either with their kids, or maybe they've lived in the city their whole life and they're retiring up here now. There's a lot of bungalows on this particular street. Again, some 2 stories, but what's also really nice about this street that Devonley doesn't have is there is a pond on this street, which is really fun. Some of the properties back directly onto the pond, so that's nice, but you can also, it's frozen right now, you can go play a little game of pond hockey out there.
Very cool. Now, just also in terms of, like, again, we talked about the proximity that Devonley was to Shelburne. We're 1 street over, so it still has that.
Yep.
Talked about Starbucks, talked about Foodland. What are some other things that people can do, within the town of Shelburne?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of local great restaurants. There's Tipsy Fox, the Duffy, Shannon's Pub just reopened, which is really nice. A lot of great cafes, Jellycraft, DeMarco. So you do have your more franchise stores, but again, a lot of great local eats as well. And then there's tons of parks in here and tons of green space. So if you're looking again for outdoor hockey or in the summer taking the kids to the splash pad, Shelburne does have all that to offer.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's perfect. So a lot obviously for the family and kids to do, but if you're a grown-up like myself, I live in this community, so does Michelle. We're married, we're together. But some things, like we got the golf course, Shelburne Golf Course. As far as proximity, okay, it's a to the T, 8 minutes, because again, well, we do live here, so I know where that is. We also have a rink in town center, Dufferin Recreation Center, which has a hockey rink
and an outdoor pool.
Outdoor pool.
So as you can see, we don't have any houses built just yet in this pocket, but it is anticipated that 22 more estate homes will be built over the next couple of years. So Jesse, you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, as you can see around us, there is nothing but opportunity here. On Devonley, on Country Meadows, don't often see homes come for sale. When they do move quickly. But here, like Michelle said, we have 22 lots. Much like Country Meadows, this is going to be more of a unique custom opportunity where you can come in, you can buy the lot, and you can build your own dream home. Now, there's going to be certain restrictions. House is going to have to be 2,200 square feet or bigger. Each lot is going to be ranging between half an acre and up. So you could really get creative, and if this is an area that you wanting to get into, well, there's going to be 22 homes that are for sale. As it stands right now, there's only one home that's currently going up, and we actually have access to 4 additional lots where there's a builder who's willing to work with you, come in, build your home, design it however you'd like, and it can be a little bit more of a custom approach, and financing is going to be a little bit more acceptable or easy to access from that particular route.
Yeah, so they have a certain number of floor plans that you can go off of. You can choose one of that catalog, and then from there you can go and choose your finishing packages and your color packages. So you do get to customize it, but it's nice and structured there for you too.
Absolutely. And then in terms of just timeline here, these are ready for shovels. So if this is an area that is of interest to you, and it's always been a dream maybe to customize your own home, great opportunity to do it. Reach out to Michelle, myself, anybody on our team. We'd be happy to give you a little bit more insight and get you here as a resident of the Amaranth Estates.